Brothers and sisters, Francis Santa Rosa here, just coming on with a, I don't really know what I'm doing today. It's not normal for me to do what I'm doing. I used to do this all the time where I would just turn the camera on and start talking, and then I got more focused and started actually meditating on something to say, and you know, I don't know, it just evolved a little bit. So I got a comment the other day, and what I wanted to talk about was this comment. And I wasn't going to give her name, but I'm going to, because it was just as rude as could be. Her name was Connie. I don't remember her last name. Connie, if you're out there, I blocked you. Sorry. It was just so rude. And she wrote in and commented about she was appalled at my sin for having a Christmas tree. And look, y'all, I'm not a novice at this. I've actually been doing this for a little while, and I know the traditions. I understand what Christmas trees are, but don't you know, Paul said all things are lawful for us. Not everything is beneficial, but all things are lawful for us. You know, if your hope, if your faith is in the finished work of the cross, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Now, rest assured, I do draw the line at things like Halloween. I don't practice Halloween. I don't go, I don't dress up for Halloween, and I don't serve candy. I actually just turn everything off in my house and leave my house. But, you know, having a Christmas tree on Christmas is not a problem. It's not, unless you're worshiping the tree. You know, if you're worshiping the tree, yeah, I could see if the tree is your deity, yeah. But we're believers. We're strong believers, and I got to tell you, when we put up a Christmas tree, and I bring it down from the attic and I set it up, and the others they decorate it up. It's not my thing. It's beautiful. It's the lights glow in the room, and especially at nighttime, it's absolutely beautiful, and I don't have a problem with it. And if you do, well, you're a Pharisee. You know, I got to tell you, because it's not a problem. And if you're going to put condemnation on other people because they have a Christmas tree, now again, if they're worshiping the tree, you might want to tell them about it, that it is, you know, it is paganism. But for the most part, you know, get over yourself, Connie. Get over yourself. You're a Pharisee. And then she went and pointed out how she was appalled at when she began to realize all the sin that was in my life. And I'm thinking, dang. she made me sit there and ponder and think, wow, what is she talking about? Because I don't know what she's talking about. You know, it's funny. I had a dream the other night that I was, oh no, sorry, cat, didn't mean to do that. That I got pulled over by a cop. And I got pulled over because I almost got in an accident because there was a malfunction in the intersection with the light, and I almost got hit. I came real close to getting hit. So the cop didn't pull me over because I did anything wrong, but he was concerned about me because it was almost like it was an accident where I would have been killed in if I had gotten into it. So as he pulled me over, he was asking me for my license, which I couldn't find. My daughter had taken it to buy something on the internet, and for what reason, I don't know. And then she forgot to give it back. So I'm searching through my wallet, and I told him, I said, oh man, I can't find it. I don't know. And I have this glove box compartment here next to me. See that? And I had it open. There were a bunch of papers and mail. I had some mail in there, and he said, hey, can I see your mail? And I've studied law for a while, and I know that, you know, they have no right to do that. The Fourth Amendment says you have the right to be secure in your papers and properties, and I could have said no. But I said, in my head, I thought, well, I got nothing to hide. And I handed him all my mail, and he's looking through my mail, and the cop was real sweet, and he was real nice, and his whole concern was the whole juxt of what he was doing was to see if I was okay. He was checking on me, and there was something real sincere about him, and he was just real nice person. and he was looking through my mail, and you know, this is good, and yeah, this is good, and this is good, and you know, everything's good, and everything's in order here. And he gave it back to me, and I put it back, and I felt when I woke up like he was Jesus. It was weird. I don't know. Anyways, and I think God was doing that because of the ugly, mean comments that Connie made, and she made me sit back and wonder, what am I doing wrong? What does Connie know that I don't know? Is she around here somewhere? Anyways, I thought that was kind of funny. So let me see. Well, hold on. There's a testimony. Oh yeah. So I want to give a shout out to my friend Marlene. She commented the other day. I haven't seen in a long time, Marlene. Marlene is, there's something special about Marlene. I just love the way she goes about her battle, her fighting that good fight of faith. Hi Marlene, missed you. And then I got Christina from Germany, who's been writing me. She's so sweet, and her English is really good. Christina, proud of you. So yesterday I woke up and I had this feeling like something really awesome was going to happen in the spirit. Something really cool, something good, you know. It wasn't a negative vibe or, you know, something in the world, which I get once in a while, but it wasn't like that. So I'm at the gym, just finished abs. Yeah, I was just about to start my workout. I was doing legs yesterday. Hate doing legs. Hate them. Largest muscle group in the body, and it takes all my energy away for the rest of the day. So, which really has nothing to do with this video, does it? So, so I'm standing there, and I have no memory of what I felt earlier about something big was going to happen that day, something big in the spirit, something good. And towards me is walking this woman. I just finished abs, and I stood up. I was going to go back and start legs, and I heard the Holy Spirit say, her. That's all I heard was her. And you know, it's funny, I get so bold. I would never talk to people like this. She's walking by, I go, hey, you. She looks at me, I go, come here. And they walk over. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't know that I would. I don't think most women would, you know. And I'm not ugly when I do it. I probably have a smile on my face. But anyway, she walks over, and I said, man, I got to tell you. I said, I was just standing here, and I heard the Holy Spirit say, you. She goes, me? I go, you. It was a funny scene, like out of, who were those two? Who's on first? What was their names? Anyway, some of you guys know. Gosh, now I want to know. I want to remember who their names are. I can't believe I don't. Anyways, maybe it'll pop in my head while I'm telling the story. So I said, yeah, there's something you've been asking your Father for that has come to pass, and He wants you to know. He's hearing you. He hears you, and you know your answer is here. So come on, tell me about it. And she had a list of things that she wanted to pray about. Number one, she said her relationship. Number two, she said her kids. Number three, she said her business. That's pretty much all she gave me. She didn't give me much information. So I started praying, and as I was praying, God showed me that it was a business that was in her heart to do that she hadn't started yet, but she really wanted to do it. It was something that was in her stirring up. So, and that was correct. She confirmed that afterwards. And then that the guy that was in her life was not her husband, but she wanted him to be, but she wanted more than that. She wanted to make sure it was the man that God chose for her, and that's what she wanted more than anything else. She wanted to get married, and God showed me that. She said that was correct. And then her kids, when I was praying for her, I saw a spirit of disobedience, that they were rebellious, and she confirmed that all the way around too. So it was really good. God just kind of showed me everything that was going on in her life. I got to pray over it. When I finished, I opened my eyes, because a lot of times I'll close my eyes. Not always though. Sometimes I'll keep my eyes open, but this time I did. I really felt like I was entering in. And she was crying, poor baby. She was just crying like a baby, but it was good tears, you know. It was tears of joy. And because I think it touched her, you know. It was all the things that she had been praying about that she hadn't gotten an answer to. And here's somebody, some perfect stranger that's reading, you know, reading her life to her. So it was kind of cool. It was good. I enjoyed that. And last night I had duck. And my daughter has this really nice boyfriend. They're real sweet. Their relationship is real sweet. She's such a good girl. I don't know if I ever told this story, but one time I was supposed to be going to work, and she would have been coming home from school. I would have already left, but I forgot something. I had to go back. And when I pulled up, her and her boyfriend were sitting out in the front of the, like by the curb in her car. He had come over to bring her something. And I zipped in real fast, got what and as I was pulling out, you know, I was talking to him a little bit, and I had to leave. And I called her later, and I said, hey, what was that? She goes, well, you know, he came over to bring me something. She goes, and I didn't think it was appropriate to let him come in the house. So I told him that we had to stay outside in his car, and I thought, wow, that's pretty cool, because she knows I'm not there. So that's the way my daughter is. She's really, really a good girl. And so anyways, he shot some duck. He went hunting and shot some duck, and he brought me these, I think we had 8 duck breasts, and I deboned them and marinated them and seared them on a skillet, and then baked them in the oven, and they were really good, except for the fact that several times, 3 times as a matter of fact, I was biting into the duck, and I got a little steel pellet from the buckshot that I bit into, and one time it actually chipped my tooth, so that wasn't cool. But I was really thankful for the duck, and I thought, that's interesting, because I started getting gun shy. You know, I bit down on it, I heard it. It was just a little chip, not a big deal. It didn't crack my tooth or anything, but it could have. So I was real gun shy after that as I'm chewing this duck up, because Maria didn't get any. Only I did. Only I got the buckshot. What's with that? So, well, I'm at 12 minutes, and I don't want to go real long. I just wanted to give that little testimony and that dream. You know, that I had that dream. Oh! I had another dream. Do I want to tell this one too? Oh, what the heck? I'll just pack it all into one Friends of Santa Rosa length video. I can't keep them under 25 minutes, can I? So I woke up this morning. The dream about the cop was the day before, the night before, not last night, the night before. But last night I had a dream that let's see if I can remember. It's been a while. Oh. I don't always do so good remembering them. It's better fresh in the morning, but I think I should be okay because I told it first thing in the morning. So I'm with this group of pastors, prison ministers, and we're going to the prisons to minister. And this is familiar to me because I used to do it with my old pastor was a prison minister, and I used to go with him to the prisons. Remember I told the story where I actually had an expired ticket that, you know, I thought Angela was going to pay, and she forgot to pay, and they detained me while I was in there. The only person to ever go into the prisons to preach that got detained. It was a funny story, and I'm not telling it again because I already told it, and I don't want to bore anybody. But it was a funny story. At the very end, the guy, he said, "Oh man, I would have let," because the ticket got paid for. And they called in and said, yeah, it's taken care of. And he goes, I would have let you go. I just want to watch you sweat. He was messing with me. He goes, I wouldn't have the heart to put a preacher in jail over a traffic violation. And so anyways, I was in this prison preaching. Me and there were about 3 or 4 other guys, ministers, and it was great. It was a men's prison. And it was normal. It was great. You know, they're really humble. They're seeking the Lord. They want to get out of their situation. A lot of them are really sincerely done with, you know, their life of crime, and they're, bunches of them are sitting on 10 to 15 years that they got to serve out sentences before they can get back out and start living a new life. But it just went smooth. Everything went great. And there's just not a lot of memories from there other than, you know, I just remember hugging guys and praying over guys and guys crying, and it was really moving, and you know, it's just normal. It was normal. So here we go. We're going to leave there and go to the women's prison. Now, as soon as we get in the vehicle to go, the mood changes amongst all the ministers who were once jolly and happy and, you know, lighthearted. Now it's like somber. And everybody's almost like a zombie. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. And I'm trying to talk to them here and there. And this is a group of guys that I don't normally go with because they've been doing this trip to these two prisons, and I'm kind of new. I just got invited along. So, sure, you know me, I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm fine. Absolutely. So I'm trying to talk to them, and I've gotten no response. Everybody's just kind of quiet, almost comatose. So we get in, and the whole atmosphere is different than in the guys' prison, where even the guards were lighthearted, and you know, it was just so easy. You know, you go in, they check your ID, they're making small talk with you, laughing and joking. You usher into like this little area, then they bring the guys in, and it's just real light and easy. You know, there was one guard with, you know, 100 guys, and this going into the women's prison was completely different. Everything, even amongst the guards, were very serious and full riot gear. Like security was so heightened to the max, like it was Hannibal Lecter or something, right? I remember from Silence of the Lambs the security that he had and how intense everything was. It was like that, only I want to say it was worse. These guards were afraid of the women. They were fearful. And the preachers were, I thought they were going to poop their pants. They were so scared. They didn't want to go in. And I'm thinking, what is going on? It's a bunch of women. I mean, no offense or anything, but come on. You know, let's go in there. And they didn't want to go. And they were going, but they didn't want to go. None of them wanted to go. So they finally, when they got us in, there was probably 5 guards for each one of us. And I want to say there were 4 or 5 of us. So we had like 20, 25 guards around us. And the sense was that wasn't enough to protect us. And when we went into this area, unlike the men, usually they'll bring you in an area and then they bring the men in. The women were already there. And this was different too, because in the way we'd normally do it, we'd walk into a big room and we'd be up near the front, and all the guys would funnel in and sit down in the chairs, you know, almost like a small classroom type thing. But this was different. We were in the center, and this room went around us, and we were up against this pole. We had our back to the pole, and all the guards stood in front of us, around us, guarding us, again, in full riot gear, on full alert, ready to go to battle. I mean, serious. Everything was serious. And all of a sudden, I noticed these women were not normal. These were demonic spirits, because they looked at us with the sinister, evil look and that sinister, evil smile. And the feeling or the sense that I got was they wanted to kill us and eat us. That was it. And nobody wanted to step forward and preach. And, you know, it wasn't my deal. I'm just along for the ride, kind of. And like we did with the men, you know, a guy got up to speak a little while, and then another guy got up, and another guy got up. And when they pointed at me, I went up and I started preaching, you know. So I'm waiting for the leader to get up there and start preaching. He don't want to preach. And I finally just said, you know, let's go, you know. And they were all just standing there cowering back in fear. And I'm thinking, what are we waiting for? We came here to preach. Let's start preaching. In my mind, I'm going, look, okay, this is a rough crowd, granted, but they're not rougher than the Holy Spirit. Come on, let's go. And they wouldn't let us go out there and do our job. And I just wanted to just like cut. I was trying now to cut through the guards, and that's kind of when I woke up, was that, and it was the weirdest thing. It's like, what are we doing here if we're not here to preach? What are you guys afraid of? I mean, there's nothing Satan's got that's more powerful than Jesus. We got the Holy Spirit. There's nothing they can do. Come on, let's go. But So I don't really understand that one yet. If anybody has, I don't know, another dream that can piggyback on that, that gives more details or something, I thought that was kind of odd. I don't know if it's some sort of revelation for a future event, or I don't know. I don't know, but I just thought that was crazy. The men were docile, the women were to be feared. You know, what was that story in Exodus when God told Moses to tell all the men to go to the houses of Israel to gather all the spoil, all the gold, all their money, all their wealth, and the men would, you know, knock on the door. Hello, give us your gold in your stuff. Go away. And they went back home empty-handed. And then he said, you know, he told the women, you go. And the women were like, give us not the food, the gold, give us your money, give us everything. Oh, okay. And they handed over everything. The women had to do the job, y'all. The women did it, not the men. The men couldn't do it. So God used the women to go get the job done. I always thought that was funny. You know, I always thought that was funny. That's just a funny part of the story. The men were so timid, they wouldn't do it, but not the women. They're like, oh, heck no. God said, go get the gold. We're going to get the gold. Come on, give us that gold. We want the gold. Come on, break out. No, you got more back there. Come on. I'm not leaving here empty-handed. Come on. So I always thought that was kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand the dream myself. But it had to be relevant in some way, and so I'm kind of searching it out. But anyways, that's about it. I'm at 21 minutes. Let me see. That's about it. I'm going into the gym now, and bless God, I'm gonna find somebody to pray for. I'm gonna be a light to somebody, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.